Hey guys, I'm back out in the pine forest, and as you can probably see behind me in the sky, it's fairly overcast today. I like overcast days in the woods. I can see so much better. There's not a lot of the harsh, bright lighting and all. But I got to thinking, as much as I love an overcast day in the woods, if you were out trying to start some type of a fire, be it for survival or just whatever needs, just camping, bushcraft camping, and things of that nature, on a humid day, it's obviously going to be harder to create fire. And I like to play armchair quarterback on some of the survival shows, and I'm not going to name names, but it's a show where they wear fewer clothes than I'm wearing right now. But I'm not going to tell you which one it is. But a lot of times, either the producers cut out some of the things that they do and they don't show it, or the contestants and or participants, whatever you want to call them, on the show, just don't utilize the resource. I have seen them do it a couple of times on the show, but many a times they've walked right by this resource, and at least they've never shown them collecting it. And what that is fatwood, lighter wood, light or not, whatever name you want to call it. And what this is, a piece of wood that has died. In this case, the limb broke off, and it was sitting there, and all the pine resin goes down towards the bottom. You know, gravity takes it right on down to it, and it'll collect there, and it's very flammable. You know, paint thinners and different things made out of turpentine. You know, it's highly flammable. But in a survival situation, that's going to be real good for you. So I already broke this off, and it got me thinking, well, I should go out and show you guys how to collect this, what to look for. And so since I'm in the pine forest, we'll go out there and see if we can duplicate this, and then later on we'll put a ferrocerium rod to this and show you how well it helps you create fire, which you can use for either fun or survival. Hopefully more like fun. All I got to do is figure out how to find s'mores out in the wild. I keep working on that one. Okay, when I'm out looking for fatwood, one of the things I'm looking for is a limb that comes out of a tree that looks like it just died naturally, and all that sap and resin will run down to the base of that. You can break it off, take a look and see if it's good and dark and how it smells, and you'll know if you've got lighter wood or not. So I'll look for trees that have a partially broken off limb. Sometimes I'll look for trees that have fallen down on the ground, and if you've ever seen very, very weathered pine that's been laying there for a number of years, you'll see these little triangular things sticking up. That's where a limb was, and a lot of times you'll find that that's lightered. I found a piece on the other side of the property, but I'm not driving back over there right now to collect it. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, there's a piece. I have no idea what it's going to look like. Let's see what we've got here. All right, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. You can see that limb there has broken off up here, and what I'm hoping is that resin has run down and collected right in this area. So let me reset the camera up. It's kind of like an egg hunt. Maybe I found the prize egg, maybe I didn't. So only way to find out is chop into it, see if it's lightered. If it is, I've hit pay dirt. If not, I'll keep moving. There's a whole lot of trees out here. I don't know if you can tell the slight difference in color there. You know, this part up here is all rotten, and normally a dead limb is going to come off fairly easily. You saw the trouble that I was having getting this off, because this stuff is hard. All that resin in there has filled in all the pores of that wood, and it's solidified, and it's very hard. And I'm still a little out of breath trying to get this thing off of there. It should have come off easily if it was a dead limb. So that's a lot of times a good sign that you're getting into something good. And I didn't want to chop too much out of it, because all the resin is going to come down in here, and if I chopped up in here, I might leave it all behind. So I was trying to chop on it the least amount possible. But if you saw that limb where it was just sticking out of the tree, kind of like that, all that resin collects down in here. So that's one of the things that you're going to be looking for. And we'll go home and get a ferrocerium rod and put a few shavings on that. I'll show you what it does. In the meantime, I think I've got enough fatwood for now. I'll poke around, look a little bit more. If I find something else, I'll get back to you. All right, I said if I found some more fatwood, I'd show you guys, but my wife needs me to pick up a few things at the store for her. Yeah, she's a little under the weather, so I'm going to go ahead and head back towards the house and go do my honeydews. So I've got enough fatwood to do a demonstration later on, but I did want to make this one point. As you pack your bushcraft and survival bag, don't take your cell phone. It'll cut your trip short. Okay, well, maybe you should take it for emergency situations, but it was a thought. I hope my wife doesn't hit this one. See this one? She'll probably give me a thumbs down on YouTube. Oh well. All right, these are the 3 pieces of lighter that I picked up the other day when we were down in the woods. And all I'm doing is taking my knife, and I'm just going to put a few shavings. I've already put some on here. And I'm putting it down here on a piece of tin foil. And the package to a Magellan fire starter that I just opened the package, picked it up for a few bucks on clearance the other day. Never used it before, so we'll see how it sparks, but I'm just going to shoot some sparks down here on that. As you can see, that lights up like a candle. You know, the wood acting as the wick, and then the lighter acting as the wax. And this will burn for a good little while. And while this is burning like this, you know, you can start putting smaller twigs and things on there, and it'll just kind of keep burning just like you would a Vaseline soap cotton ball or something like that. And it'll give you enough time to start getting that fire going. So this right here is nature's fire log. But anyway, that's it. You can see it's still burning. So I have plenty of time to get a good fire going. Anyway, next time you're out in the pine forest, go out there and break off a couple of dead limbs and see if you can find some lighter, play around with it, and you'll have another tool in your toolkit for fire starting. All right, I will see all of you turkeys on the next video.